guys, today's video is going to be a prom look that is inspired by the beach. It's just a really effortless, neutral look, so if you'd like to see how I got it, please keep on watching. As always, we're going to start by priming the face. I'm using my L'Oreal Pore Vanisher. Then to color correct my under eye circles, I'm using my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Corrector. Next, we're going to start with the eyeshadow. I am priming my eyes using a neutral base, and this is just going to make the eyeshadow pop and stick and last all night long. Then for my transition shade, I'm using a Makeup Geek shadow. This is in Peach Smoothie, and I'm just buffing this into my crease. Going into my Lorac Pro palette, I'm taking the light pink shade and placing this in my inner corner for a very subtle highlight. As an all-over lid color, I'm going to be using the Makeup Geek Pigment in Sweet Dreams. It is a beige with a slightly pink shimmery undertone to it. It is absolutely gorgeous and super shimmery and reflective. As a crease color, I'm going to be using Max Texture, and I am just using a tapered blending brush and really placing this just into the crease of my eye. It's a slight cut crease look, but very subtle. For the outer V, I'm going to be taking MAC's Woodwinked, which is one of my all-time favorite eyeshadows, and I'm just blending this in the outer corner, slightly bringing it onto the lid and also into the crease a little bit as well. Here I'm just using a fluffy blending brush to make sure there are no harsh lines. I want my brow bone highlight to be very subtle, so I'm taking that same light pink shade from the Lorac Pro palette. So instead of using a harsh black liner, I opted to go with brown. Now I'm still going to do a pretty thick line, but we are going to skip on the wing. So just make sure that the outer corner is thick and then it tapers into a very thin line as you get towards the inner corner. Now we're going to move on to foundation. We'll come back to the eyes in a little bit. I'm mixing two of my favorites, my L'Oreal True Match and my True Match Lumi. To conceal and highlight my dark circles, I'm using my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NC20, and I'm just bringing this a little bit farther down than usual because we are using this to highlight our cheekbones as well. To contour my face, I'm using my Cosmetics contour stick, and I'm just putting this in the hollows of my cheekbones and using this on my forehead as well. And then I'm just blending this out using a e.l.f. stippling brush. And this brush is perfect for this because it's nice and it's small and it blends everything out beautifully. To set all those cream products in place, I'm going to be using my Bare Minerals Mineral Veil. This is just going to smooth out any pores and imperfections and make me look flawless. Then for my under eyes, I'm using the Bare Minerals Well Rested Concealer. Then to blend out my contour and add a little bit of color to the skin, I'm using my Nars Laguna bronzer. Then to add a slight flush of color to the cheeks, I'm taking this Milani blush in Coral Cove, and then I am blending it out using a powder brush to diffuse some of the color. To give my skin a super glowy look, I'm using my Marylou-manizer highlighter by theBalm. To finish up the eyes, I'm going to apply some mascara. You could of course use some false lashes since it is a special occasion, but I decided not to for this video, but you totally could if you wanted. Then I quickly just fill in my brows. I didn't show that since you guys have seen that a ton of times. And then we're going to finish off with a nice lip color. I opted for an orangey nude, and then I am just topping it off with a NYX lip gloss. And then I decided to add a little bit of my Bonnabelle Glimmer Bronze to the center of my lips for a little bit of a bronzy glow. And that completes the makeup look. Now it's time to move on to the hair. I opted for a really simple and effortless hairstyle because I feel like it really goes well with the makeup. You could of course leave your hair down if you wanted to, but I have been loving braids lately, so I wanted to incorporate that into this hairstyle. As you can see, I'm just grabbing a section of hair behind my bangs, and then I am going to braid it normally. And then I'm just going to secure that braid on the side of my head, or a little bit towards the back with a couple bobby pins. And then I just repeat the same thing on the other side. I feel like it just gives a really beachy boho vibe, and it really ties in well with the makeup. Hair and makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.